Hi, I'm Aga and I'm a first year computer science student at Clare, and the reason I chose to study computer science was because I was always quite fond of maths and physics, and at some point I came across computer science and I found that I really loved it. It has quite a lot of maths in it still and a few pieces of physics as well, and I never really studied it properly, not at A level or anything like that. I did a few side projects to do with computer science, and that's where I really realised that I really loved it. I found it really exciting, and I loved how developments were being made currently really quickly. It just seemed like something that I wanted to be a part of, something that I wanted to study. Studying computer science at Clare I think is great. I love the number of computer science students we have at Clare per year. It's usually around 5 students, which I think is a really great number because you get to know each other really well. It's like quite a tiny, tight-knit group, but you know each other quite well. It's not too many and it's not too few, because that's like, there's some colleges where you might end up being the only computer scientist or only having another computer science student, which is fine, and I think that's absolutely fine. You can make friends at your college or other friends to do computer science as well, but I just really love that we have this little tight-knit group within college. Another great thing about studying computer science at Clare is our director of studies. He is just the most supportive, loveliest person. And if you've got any issues at all, he will just do his best to try and fix them. The only thing is that you're going to have to be a bit more proactive, should I say, to be sure to let him know if there's anything bothering you, and then he can go about helping you. At Clare and at all of the other colleges pretty much, you have about 3 or 4 supervisions a week doing computer science, and you'll have around 11 lectures a week as well, though that does vary from year to year. In first year you'll have 11 lectures a week, and it is a fair amount of work, but in no way is it like too much work, in the sense that you still definitely have time to do whatever you want to be part of the societies that you really want to do sports if you want to. So yeah, you definitely do have the time to like still socialise with friends and stuff like that, so don't worry about that. And I think one of the really good parts of the computer science course is that you do have practicals. Obviously, as it's a science course, you're going to have to be doing some sort of practicals. So you do have programming practicals, but they are entirely online. Well, not entirely, mostly online, so you get to really choose when you do that practical. Obviously there is a deadline, but you get to slot it in wherever suits you in the week, so you can really work it around your schedule. So yeah, that's another great thing about studying computer science. Other than that, one of the things I think is really great about the Cambridge computer science course is that it's really broad. You will be studying a lot of courses, and it may seem like too much at some points, but I genuinely think this is great. There's not much choice in your first 2 years, unfortunately, but in your third year you do get a fair bit of choice. You get to specialise at that point. But I actually think this is a good thing, because there's a few courses that I've studied this year which they definitely don't sound fun and they might not sound very interesting, but I found that I really enjoyed them. So a course that I did this year titled Software and Security Engineering was actually one of my favourites. While, you know, the title doesn't scream interesting, I found that it was really great, and the good thing about the course here is that I had to do that course, so I found that I really enjoyed it, whereas if I got to choose all of my courses from the get-go, I don't think I would have ever found that I really enjoyed that course. So yes, that's one of the good things. Obviously, one of the downsides to that is that you will be doing some courses which sound a bit boring and then will turn out to be a bit boring, at least to you anyway. But one of the good things is that because you're doing so many different courses, they usually aren't too long. So the longest courses that I did in my first year were 8 weeks long, so like one full term, whereas most courses are just 4 weeks long. So once you're done, you're done, and you can just move on to the next thing, and hopefully that will be more to your taste.